Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. India proposes to build weapons in the Philippines. Could this change everything? That was the headline splashed across Manila's news portals last week. For a country long used to buying its weapons from abroad, this offer is nothing short of dramatic. It comes at a time when the region faces urgent new threats, and the Philippines is racing to modernize its military. The proposal marks a rare moment. For decades, Manila has depended on imports for warships, missiles, and fighter jets. Each new delivery has sparked headlines and public excitement, but behind the gleaming steel and powerful engines, an uncomfortable truth remains. The Philippines does not design or manufacture its own advanced defense systems. Now, India has stepped forward with a game-changing proposal. Not just to sell, but to help the Philippines build, perhaps even design, its own weapons at home. Is this a true transformation, or just assembly work painted in brighter colors? This essay unpacks the stakes. It compares global examples and asks, will this deal bring real independence or simply a new kind of dependency for the armed forces of the Philippines? The Philippine military has been on a shopping spree. New warships now patrol its waters, equipped with radar and missile systems never seen before in the Philippine Navy. Fighter jets from South Korea and helicopters from the US bolster its aging air force. Even ground troops now carry modern rifles and advanced body armor. The South China Sea dispute has made modernization urgent, yet most of these platforms come from abroad. Despite new weapons, the Philippines is still a buyer, not a builder. No missiles, tanks, or jets are designed or produced within the country's borders. This heavy reliance on imports leaves the Philippines vulnerable. When warships break down, they may wait months for foreign parts. If a crisis closes supply lines, vital weapons could be grounded. Worst of all, each purchase sends billions of pesos abroad, money that could build jobs and skills at home. Building military power is not just about buying the newest technology. It is about mastering the ability to make, repair, and improve these systems independently. That means factories, blueprints, skilled engineers, and robust research. It means a defense ecosystem, not just a shopping list. So far, Manila has taken only modest steps towards this goal. There have been efforts to assemble rifles and armored vehicles locally, but on a small scale. The real prize, designing and manufacturing advanced weaponry, remains out of reach. Without local industry, the Philippines is locked in a cycle of dependence. Each new arms deal is a short-term fix, never a real leap forward. The missing link is clear: the ability to build, not just buy. India's recent offer could break this cycle. Instead of simply selling missiles or ships, New Delhi proposes to help the Philippines produce them on its own soil. This means more than assembling imported parts. It could include sharing blueprints, training engineers, and even joint research and development. India's defense sector has grown rapidly in the past decade. The country designs and builds its own missiles, ships, and fighter jets. It has learned hard lessons about the dangers of over-reliance on foreign suppliers. Now, India is positioning itself as a partner for countries hoping to do the same. For Manila, this is a rare opportunity. If the deal goes beyond simple assembly, it could build lasting skills and infrastructure. Philippine workers and engineers could learn not just to put systems together, but to design, test, and improve them. However, the details are still unclear. What exactly will be shared? Who controls the technology? The answers will determine if this is a true partnership or simply a new supply line with a local paint job. Is local assembly really the same as real sovereignty? Assembling foreign kits creates jobs, but it doesn't mean true independence. Without control over technology, a nation can't upgrade or adapt weapons to its needs. True sovereignty means more than just putting together imported parts. Only real transfer of blueprints and know-how, not just boxes of parts, brings autonomy. Assembly might look impressive, but only deep technology transfer allows lasting resilience. To understand what's really at stake, let's look at the Philippines' experience with South Korea. In recent years, Seoul has supplied Manila with state-of-the-art warships and fighter jets. The vessels showed up on time, well-armed, and at a reasonable price. The FA-50 jets, for example, have seriously boosted the Philippine Air Force's capabilities almost overnight. But, the partnership has some clear limits. The ships were built in South Korea, with only minor outfitting done in the Philippines. The fighter jet's software, design, and upgrades all remain under South Korean control. Philippine technicians can maintain the jets, sure, but they can't upgrade radar systems or weapons without Seoul's approval. So, this arrangement offers reliability, but not real independence. The Philippines still relies on South Korea for spare parts, upgrades, and technical support. If relations ever sour, or if Seoul changes its export policies, Manila doesn't have many alternatives. The lesson here is pretty clear. Impressive hardware can boost capability, but without true technology transfer, local industry just remains dependent and limited. Indonesia offers a different path. Decades ago, Jakarta decided it would not settle for perpetual dependency. Each weapons deal came with strict demands for local production, deep technology transfer, and engineering training. The process was slow and honestly, often pretty frustrating, but the payoff has been remarkable. Today, Indonesia builds its own warships, small submarines, and even some fighter aircraft components. The country now exports ships to other nations, including the Philippines. Indonesian engineers participate in international joint ventures, designing new systems and upgrading old ones. This transformation did not happen overnight. Indonesia made mistakes and faced setbacks along the way. But by insisting on full blueprints, engineering data, and the right to export, it built a real defense industry. Local firms now create jobs, drive innovation, and support the country's military independence. Indonesia's model shows what is possible when a country insists on real partnership, not just assembly contracts. The Philippines can learn from this example if it chooses the harder, longer road. The difference between assembly and real technology transfer is crucial. True transfer involves more than just factories. It means sharing the very heart of military systems. That includes blueprints, software codes, engineering know-how, and the legal right to modify and export products. Joint research and development is also key. When Filipino and Indian engineers work side by side to improve a missile or warship, both sides learn and innovate. Over time, this leads to local expertise and the birth of a homegrown defense industry. If the deal is limited to assembly, the Philippines will gain factories but not knowledge. It will depend on foreign suppliers for upgrades and repairs. But if true technology transfer is achieved, the country can design its own modifications, fix problems without outside help, and even create new systems for export. This choice will shape the future. Assembly is quick and easy, but real transfer is the foundation of sovereignty. India's offer is not just about business. New Delhi wants partners in the Indo-Pacific to counter China's rising influence. By helping the Philippines build its own defense industry, India gains a strategic ally and boosts regional stability. Both countries share concerns about the South China Sea and seek greater autonomy from larger powers. For Manila, the stakes are huge. True technology transfer could transform its economy, create high-skilled jobs, and ensure lasting security. It could also inspire other Southeast Asian nations facing similar challenges. But the risks are real. If the deal falls short, the Philippines could lock itself into a new dependency, swapping one supplier for another, without gaining true control. The decision will echo for decades. It is not just about weapons, but about sovereignty, resilience, and the ability to shape the nation's own future. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. For years it has bought its security from abroad, gaining new weapons but little control. India's offer is a turning point, a chance to move from buyer to builder, from dependency to real autonomy. But the details matter. Only true technology transfer, blueprints, engineering, joint R&D, and export rights can build real sovereignty. Assembly alone is not enough. Comparing the experiences of South Korea and Indonesia shows that the hard path is often the most rewarding. The broader context raises the stakes even higher. The Indo-Pacific is a region of rising competition and shifting alliances. For both India and the Philippines, a real partnership could provide lasting security and independence. The choice made today will shape the country's defense, industry, and independence for generations. The Philippines must choose wisely and boldly if it wants to become not just a buyer, but a true builder of its own destiny.